Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paula. Guys, it's been a while, like life has just been lifing. Don't mind this redness, I actually just scratched my face. But yeah, I cannot believe it's already been this long since I filmed like a YouTube makeup tutorial. So I thought, let's do it. Like it's been a while. So I'm gonna go in with some sunscreen. You should always apply sunscreen before you do any type of makeup. Sunscreen is so important to make sure that you don't get any pigmentation. So now that all the sunscreen is applied, sunscreen is just so important for you day in and day out. So we're gonna be going in with the Natasha Nadona Hydrating Primer Serum. I typically don't really use a primer, but I love this one because it leaves such a glowy look on the skin, and a little bit goes a long way. But yeah, I don't really use a primer because I'm naturally dry, but this one is more on the hydrating side, and like, look at that glow. And I didn't even put moisturizer on, guys. I always bring everything down to my neck and chest so everything is seamless. I really have missed making these videos, but I've just gotten busy and just, you know, you fall off a little bit, so nothing wrong with that. Now we're gonna be going in with the Natasha Nadona High Glam Foundation. Favorite foundation ever. If you have not bought in this, please go ahead and do. I know it's a little bit on the pricier side for a foundation, but look at the coverage. And this is with that little pump I just did. You know, what's so funny is that I haven't had any phone calls until I start recording, and story of my life. But yeah, so this foundation, again, is a little bit more in the pricier side, but I promise you it's worth it. I love this foundation. It's so smooth, it's so satiny. It feels like skin, but also with that full coverage look, which I love. If I'm gonna do makeup, I want it to be full coverage, you know? But yeah. And the packaging of this bottle is absolutely beautiful. Except I think I keep putting it on. Whatever. I can't put tops on anything. I'm a little rusty with it today, guys. I can't stand not having anything on my lips. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little lip liner. And then I'm also gonna apply the e.l.f. in Ultraviolet right on top. This one is having like a cooling, plumping effect. So I did not know that though when I bought it and I put it on, and I was like, what is going on with my lips? For concealer, I'm gonna be going in with the Maybelline Age Rewind, but I'm using the pink shade. I just want a little bit of brightening today. Nothing like crazy, but I will go through phases where I want more of like a natural skin tone color like this versus pink, but today, guys, we're gonna be pinking it up. It's gonna be like a pink mode. While I'm letting that kind of dry down a little bit, I'm gonna be going in with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and I'm just using a brush and I'm going into the pan. Make sure to tap off the excess and going right on top of that hairline. We're gonna give myself a little bit more of a bronzy look today because I have not self-tan. And I feel like my self-tanner that was originally on my face has gone away like super quickly, and my body still has a little bit of tan, but yeah. So we're just gonna keep bronzing up my skin to make it look a little bit more even with my body. Going back in again, going on the cheeks. And then don't forget to bronze your jawline, your ears, and bring it down your neck. If you are not bronzing your neck, bringing your foundation down, you have a line. Sometimes too, I like to add it just to like the girls because they need tanning too. But yeah, so make sure to really bronze that jawline so everything is seamless. Like, we do not want creases around here. I'm gonna take a little bit and just draw on the end sides of my nose. Guys, I can't talk today. Like, I don't know what's going on. Now I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender and I'm gonna blend out that concealer. Now, the trick is you don't wanna over blend out your concealer. You wanna blend it, but you don't wanna blend it so much, if that made sense. You wanna have still coverage. So I like to do a couple swoops, press, up, down, and good. Because the more you keep blending, the more it's picking up the color and the less coverage it's gonna give you. Now we're gonna be doing we're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Bubblegum Blush. These ones have been so cute lately. And I'm just gonna apply almost like a little triangle like this to my cheeks. The only thing about these ones is that I wish they had a little, when you put it in and put it on the face, I feel like it doesn't come out as great. So I would really like that to be fixed. You can definitely build it up, but sometimes I just want the pigment, you know? I'm just gonna go back in with a beauty blender and I'm gonna pounce this out into the apples of my cheeks and up. And a little bit on the temples as well. And the last little bit, I bring it on my eye. So everything is seamless, just like that. Same thing on the other side. We're blending to the apples of the cheeks up. We're gonna take a little bit on that eyelid and in the temples. So everything is seamless. We don't want lines. We don't want anything. But isn't it so pretty? I do wish it was a little bit more pigmented, but like I said, you can build it. I swear I get more notifications from Shein than anything. Like Shein just texted me. It's so funny. Cute. All right, now on top, we're gonna be going in with the Patrick Tall in the shade Just Enough, their pink blush. And I'm just going to go in with that pink powder. I'm just going to lightly press it everywhere where I just did the liquid blush. I'm gonna do it again on this side, up, around. Don't be afraid to add the blush. I'm gonna go in a little bit more. It's gonna be like super pinky. Swoop that on over. Now I'm gonna take the NARS concealer and I'm gonna do the tiniest dot right there, like very minimal. And then I'm gonna go in with this type of brush and I'm just going to brighten up that under eye area right here, dragging it down and out. Not swooping, but we're lightly tapping this all in. What this is gonna do, it's going to create a nice seal over where you just did the blush, so it's not just pink. You go back in, keep dotting it. I like to bring it up into those corners of my eye to add some brightening. I'll do a little bit around the nose because I do find that mine creases like that. Tap it down and we're good. But it just makes those eyes on the under pop more. I'm gonna set those under eyes with the one size in the shade Ultra Peach. I'm gonna be using a little Huda powder puff. I love how cute it is. Remember, with any type of powder, stamp it off because what you have on the pad is going to go on the underneath of the eyes. I love doing peach, but I also love doing a pink under eye. But because we already have so much pink, we can offset it with doing a little bit of peach. So I'm gonna go back in, kind of tap. Make sure you are really tapping this into the skin, into those lines. I also like to just add a little coat around my nose because I find that my foundation always starts to come off on that nose area, and I'm not an oily person either. I'm more dry, but for some reason it definitely like comes off that way. You know, I always make a mess when I do powder. I literally have a black onesie on and it just went everywhere. Then I'm just gonna take a brush and I'm just going to swipe off the excess powder. All right, for eyebrows, I'm gonna just go in with that NYX eyebrow pencil. You guys have seen me do this 1,000 times. I do my brows the same every single time. But you know, there's days where I feel like it looks great. There's days where I feel like I should have added more. Brows are always just annoying. I do have mine microbladed and shaded, so I really don't need too much to add to my eyebrows. If you've never gotten it done, I highly recommend because it just makes your life much easier. So I had lash extensions for the longest time in those previous videos. I had to take them off though because I kept getting a sty, and that's another reason why I stopped filming for a little bit because it was just non-stop. But I had to have it drained and removed, and that was very interesting. It's as good as they're gonna get today. All right, I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is our airbrush finish powder, and I'm just going to set my face on the underneath of these eyes, down, on top of the nose, again on the under eyes, and around. A little bit on the forehead too. All right, now for mascara, we're gonna be going in with the, I'm not gonna say it right, Rough Eye mascara. But like, look at that wand. It is absolutely the most perfect mascara wand. My lashes have been so wonky lately. Like some of them are like crossing over. I really need to do like a lash lift to get them all straight up. But yeah, this mascara, the brush is freaking amazing. Highly worth spending. Perfect. Our mascara is on. Now I'm gonna be taking the Laneige Pink Supernova lip gloss just to like put it on top. I'm such a lip gloss girl. I don't like anything matte at all. But this one has like little glitters in it and it looks so Cute. Now, the most important step, your setting spray, whatever. I'm going in with the One Size Powder Melt. I am dry skin. I absolutely love this. Now, if I was going out to dinner or something at night, I would still spray this, but I would go back in with the One Size setting spray, the normal one, the mattifying. I don't like mattifying setting spray, so I can't just use that one because it feels like it just dries my skin out too much. I go in with this, and then I apply the other one on top. But today, because I'm at work, we're just gonna be using this. And please, One Size, please keep this in stock. I waited like a good 2 months to get my hands on this, and I've already used quite a bit of it. They should keep this in stock year round. This is the best setting spray. And it also brings your powders back to life. And then I do like to take a beauty blender on the flat side and I like to just push it into my skin. This option is actually optional. You don't have to do this, but for me, I find that it just makes my makeup so much better. All right, guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy, and I promise you, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent with this, but if you don't follow me, follow my social media. I'll link it down below, but I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.